bitch. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, it's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim, and today we've got it's basically our not completely now. We have one NBA game, but it's basically our first completely full baseball card, our full baseball show, because we have only one game that's not baseball today. Which is game one of the Eastern Conference Finals, Celtics and Pacers, which we'll get into. And then we got baseball. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we'll take a look back at what happened yesterday. One went right, one went wrong in the world of sports betting. Wow, yesterday was a massacre. And it was MLB finding new and creative ways for me to lose games, which was frustrating because, I went 2-8 in baseball yesterday, but it easily could have been at least 4-5-1, maybe 5-4-1, like that. It was just one after another of just like stupid losses. Starting in the WNBA, I had the Sun -6. They win by 4, so they don't cover. Dropped to 3-2 in the WNBA now. It is what it is. A couple points off there. NHL, I cannot believe that game did not go over the total. I kind of can because there was live 3.5s at some points and things along those lines. But when it's 3-2 with about 3 minutes to go and 2.5 minutes of empty net, not seeing one go in the back of an empty net was really frustrating last night. As the game finished just 3-2. I had the over 5.5. That was a loser. And then baseball. Apparently, I used up all my luck on the first game because the Padres were down 5-0. And they came all the way back and won 6-5. And then the baseball gods were like, all right, we'll give you one more after that. But with that win, you can't win anything else. Because the White Sox first 5, loser. Brewers, this was one of the fun ones. They had a 2-1 lead heading into the 9th. 2 outs in the 9th inning, and they give up the game-tying run. And just like every other team I bet that goes into extra innings, you might as well take the runner off the second because they're not scoring anyway. And they lose in the bottom of the 10th. Minnesota, Washington, first 5 under 4, loser. It was I lost the push in the bottom of the 5th inning. Boston, Tampa Bay was 0-0 in the heading into, I believe, the 4th. And the Red Sox put up 5 runs between the 4th and the 5th inning. And that was all the runs they put up in the game. But I lost the first 5 under 4 in the 5th inning. The Seattle Mariners first 5 go on to win the full game. Detroit Tigers money line, that was just a bad play. St. Louis Cardinals money line, our first 5, I got that one. At least we got that one. And the Astros had a 6-1 lead. And before you knew it, it was 8-6, and I wanted to slam my head against the wall. And then they finished 9-7. So that one was a loser there. And the Diamondbacks plus 200 was a loser to end the night. 2-8, down 6.60 units in baseball. Overall, 2-10 day. With just incredibly painful losers, down 8.85 units.
It was a negative day on the site, not as bad as you. Losers yesterday were the White Sox, the Brewers, the Astros, and the over in that hockey game. Winners yesterday included the Seattle Mariners with a nice comeback and the over in the Connecticut game, the Connecticut-Indiana game, which was nice to see. Other than that, it was just a bad day, down 2.24 units. So try to bounce back today, and we'll see how it goes.
Yep. And I've come into this show with nothing bet. Absolutely nothing bet. I have a play for I've bet a game for tomorrow, but I haven't bet anything for today yet. I took the Florida Panthers already for tomorrow, game 1, -110. But I haven't bet anything for today.
There you go. Head to the chat. We'll and then we'll see what's going on for today, Nick.
Yep.
Edmonton, thankfully, although they never made it easy, it's like they stopped playing after they get a 2+ goal lead. That they do. Lots of college baseball today. Some good lines. Yes. I'm personally already on Wichita State run line. They're up 4-0. And then I have my entire card's out on the member only side. So there you go. Yo, what's good, fellas? Let's cash. Let's do it. Going to be a lot of babies born in Edmonton 9 months from now. Maybe. Astros, fifth inning. What are we doing here? Yeah, no, that was rough. Astros, I'll never trust Framer. He's terrible. No, Framer. I'm only doing quarter units on my baseball plays. Baseball is hard to bet on. It's got its days. Let's go. And Brewers would lose to the Marlins. Yes, they would. Let's jump into the NBA first, Nick.
Yeah, and it's crazy seeing this run for the Celtics through the playoffs and seeing basically every line in the double digits. This game opened up at a 9.5. It really opened up at 11. But what I'm trying to do is when I'm reading the markets, I'll see big movements within a minute and a half of the opening line. I once the line settles, that's where I'll go from. So it opened up at an 11, and then a minute and a half later is a 9.5. So I'm going to say it opened up at a 9.5, and it's now up to a 10. It did get all the way down to an 8.5 at one point. Line opened up at a 220. It's now a 222. So we do have a move towards the over, and we've had a move towards the Celtics in this game here. So let's take a look at the cash flow, see if it reflects a move towards that, where we have 62% of the tickets and 56% of the cash is on the Pacers with the line moving towards the Celtics. Definitely piques my interest in Boston in this game. I think Boston could set the tone early in this game, maybe a little bit with the rest advantage. And maybe this is a Boston first half play. We'll see. 91% of the tickets, 95% of the cash is on the over in this game with the line moving towards that over. I see Boston having really no issues throughout this series, personally. I don't really see it. And I know, I mean, they're, minus 150 to win the NBA Finals right now. I don't really see a situation where the Celtics really lose anything here this year. This is a team that's 41-6 at home. I think they're double-digit favorites for a reason. Laying double digits in the Eastern Conference Final seems kind of crazy, though. And I'm kind of interested in the over, so maybe a Celtics team total over here as well. Something I'd probably want to look at because I believe these two teams play a lot of higher scoring. Why is covers not showing me any of the last 10 matchups? That's a no. Yeah, I don't see any of the last 10 matchups there. But with that being said, I lean over. I lean Boston, maybe a Boston team total over. There's the way to look at it here. But I don't know if I'm getting involved with this one here, but I would like to.
I'm on Indiana already. I still think they're live to win the series. I know you're saying that there's no chance that Boston's should roll over them. Yeah, they should. It's Boston's championship to lose at this point. But this Pacer team has looked a hell of a lot different since the Pascal Siakam pickup. And it makes me like them more and more every single day. And I'm going to continue to ride this Indiana Pacers team. I rode them through the Milwaukee series. I rode them through the New York series, and I will be riding them through this Boston series. Give me the Pacers, and then give me Pacers in 7. win the series over the Boston Celtics.
Yeah, just for fun, I threw $5 at it. I put together actually two different ones because they get FanDuel gave me a boost on a parlay, so I decided to have fun with this here with all 4 series winners, and then I did one that I also put I think $1 down on to win like 800 and something, or no, like it's a couple $1,000 if it hits, where I did the exact scores for all of them. I had the Celtics -1.5 in there, -1.5 games, because the boost would not allow me to use a -1100. So I got Celtics -1.5, Mavericks, Panthers, and Oilers. And then I have for the series Boston 4-1, Mavericks 4-2, Oilers 4-3, and Panthers 4-2. So I kind of had a little fun with that. So, I mean, not overly invested in the Celtics here, but I'm kind of interested in this over. I think the over is the better look in this game, and I look for Boston to put up points. I think I'm going to go Boston team total over and the full game over in this game, which full game over you can get 221.5 over on DraftKings. I'm going to go over DK because DK usually has the better team total overs as well.
Good luck. I'm going to stick to my Indiana play. The Brewers hurt me, and the Yankees. Seattle was one of our two winners on the site yesterday. So Celtics, no. Pacers, yes. Under I could see as well. Or Celtics money line, live bet. Hopefully they're down at the half. I don't really see them down at the half, but that's just me. Celtics win. Exact series 4-1, +220. Boston team total over at home. Boston first half on the road. This is how you approach this series. Boston money line. Tatum 30+ points is +114. Is that good value? I don't necessarily see Tatum going off for 30+ points, but that's just me. Boston team total over. I mean, I understand it. Pacers have played 2 wounded teams with injuries.
Yeah.
Another level. Yeah, I mean, Boston's they are. They are on a different level. They're the best team in the NBA this year by a long shot. And I will say it's their championship to lose because the one team that I felt like could be competitive against them is out. So, yeah. But let's go ahead and head to the MLB, Nick.
Yeah, I'm currently punching in the plays here. I'm getting Boston over 115.5 team total, and the full game over 221.5 as well.
Sounds good.
All right, let's move over to the MLB. There we go. Let's move over. There we go. Just switching over the numbers. Oops, I never did hitting stats. Damn it. We have the New York Mets and the Cleveland Guardians. The Guardians -125 favorites. Total of 9 in this game. We have Adrian Hauser and Carlos Carrasco, your pitching matchup here. Line opened up with the Guardians as -117 favorites. It's now -125, so we do have a move towards Cleveland. Line opened up at a 9 at -105. It got up to a 9.5. It's back down to a 9. But we do have a move towards this over here as well. Let's take a look here where we have 57% of the tickets, 56% of the cash is on the over, the line moving towards the over. And we have 78% of the tickets are on the Guardians, but 65% of the cash is on the Mets. So we have the bigger bets coming in on the Mets here in this spot. We have, if I can find, is this the split? There we go. We have Carlos Carrasco and Adrian Hauser. Hauser making his return back to the rotation where they've skipped his last few starts because they put him in the bullpen. But he's been terrible the last 30 days. 9.87 ERA, 2.13 whip, 4.15 strikeouts per nine, which is 9%, 6.75 walks per nine, a 333 BABIP, a 5.94 FIP, and a 6.48 SIERA. On the flip side, Carlos Carrasco, 5.79 ERA, 1.38 whip, 6.34 strikeouts per nine, which is 16%, 2.48 walks per nine, a 277 BABIP, but 5.9 FIP, and a 4.36 Sierra. The bullpen edge goes towards the Cleveland Guardians in this game. They got one of the best bullpens in baseball. And for hitting in this game here, find Cleveland real quick. The hitting advantage does go towards, if I can find them here on this spreadsheet. There we go. The Mets, 97 WRC plus, which is 15th against righties compared to 91, which is 21st. The line moving towards the Guardians is kind of interesting here, which is why I'll probably stay off the side. The sharp money suggests the Mets are alive in this game. I don't want to go ahead and bet that, though. And the line moving towards the over, I mean, we do have 57% of the tickets, 56% of the cash on the over, the line moving towards that. Both these pitchers are very vulnerable, so maybe a first 5 over in this game here because both these bullpens are actually pretty good. And we saw yesterday the bullpens shut the game down. I believe the Guardians bullpen retired 9 of the last 10 Mets, and the Mets bullpens put down the last 14 Guardians batters or something like that. The bullpens were insane in this game. So I usually don't advocate for it, but this could be a first 5 over. Specifically targeting Hauser and Carrasco. First 5 over, I'm seeing 5.5. No, thank you. But that would be my lean in this game, would be a first 5 over, not a full game over, which is weird, but both these bullpens are shutdown bullpens.
I don't really think – I think it could be over by the time the bullpens get involved, or the bullpens have to give up like 1, maybe 2 runs. I see Hauser getting hit, and I see Cookie getting hit. So you mentioned the over. We're taking the over in this game, over 9. All right. Obviously, you mentioned Hauser's number. Hauser's been awful this season. 27 earned runs in 32 2/3 innings in his first season with the Mets. He has been dreadful. Cookie Carrasco hasn't been awful this year, but 26 earned runs in 45 1/3. I could see him getting hit as well. I'm taking the over 9. I think the over hits before we even have to worry about bullpens.
I'm definitely tempted in it. Definitely tempted for that over. That would be the only way I can look in this game. But knowing baseball right now, this is probably the most obvious over on the board. So get ready for this to be 0-0 at the end of 5 innings.
Probably, but I put up the over 9 at -111.
There you go.
What's up, boys? What's up, Big Show? Morning, Tim. Morning, Nick. How's your guesses today? We're good. Over 9, and then Ramirez for over 2.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I like that. Cleveland can hit good at home, and it's against Hauser, and I'm not a believer in Hauser. So let's head to this series, Nick, which I'm low on both these two teams.
I'm higher on one of these two teams. I think the Padres are bet on, but I think this is a bad spot for them. We have the San Diego Padres and the Cincinnati Reds. We have this game opening up, or we have this game Padres -115, total of 9.5 in this game. Feels like a high total in this spot. Let's take a look at the line history here in this one at Great American Ballpark, Cincinnati, Ohio, where this line opened up at a -105 for the Reds, and now we're seeing the Padres -114. So we've had a move towards these Padres in this game here, which is kind of interesting. And then we had the line opening up at a 9. It's up to a 9.5. It did open, but it's 9.5 even money, but still has moved up half a run. We have 66% of the tickets, 63% of the cash is on the over. The line moving towards the over. 69% of the tickets, nice, and 87% of the tickets is on the Padres in this game. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here. Joe Musgrove and Andrew Abbott. Musgrove has not looked particularly good this year. 6.48 ERA, 1.14 whip, 8.64 strikeouts per nine, which is 24%, 1.08 walks per nine, a 224 BABIP, a 7.2 FIP, and a 3.26 Sierra. He hasn't looked the same since having the shiny stuff on his ear in the wild card game in 2022. Andrew Abbott, 3.31 ERA, 1.19 whip, 8.27 strikeouts per nine, which is 22%. 2.76 walks per nine, a 241 BABIP, a 5.38 FIP, and a 4.06 Sierra. Bullpen edge goes towards the Padres. Hitting edge, I want to say goes to neither, because neither of these teams are hitting worth a lick right now. The Padres against lefties are 29th in baseball, 63 WRC plus. The Reds against righties are dead last in baseball, 66 WRC plus, which is 30. Why this line's moving up? Maybe it's a weather thing. Let me check the weather for this game, because the wind may be blowing out. That's my only thought on why this total could be moving up. I would be more interested in the over if Andrew Abbott was a righty. The wind's blowing towards the third base side, but we do have this game's going to be in the 80s tonight until about 10 o'clock, where it goes down to 78. So it's nice and hot in Cincinnati today. I would only look under the total in this game, but the market's telling me that there could be runs in this spot. Neither of these teams are hitting, so I want nothing to do with an over in this game. I will lean towards the under in this spot, and I lean towards the Padres. But once again, I don't want Musgrove, and I don't want the Padres who are not hitting lefties. So it's a pass for me.
I'm going to end up staying off this one too. It's a lean towards the over for me. And with the combination of Great America Ballpark, which is a very hitter-friendly ballpark, Musgrove, who's been terrible, Andrew Abbott's been okay. Andrew Abbott hasn't been awful. He's allowed, 16 earned runs, 17 earned runs in 50 innings. He's been fine, 3.06 ERA. It would be a lean towards the Reds as well at home, but is it really something I feel like I need to get involved in? No, I don't. So two teams that I don't really back all that often or don't bet the games all that often. I'm going to stay off this one.
Fair.
Yo, what's up, bros? What's up, Isla? Any thoughts on Javier? We will get to the Astros game in a little bit. Reds money line. They didn't play 2 games yesterday. That's right. Padres are coming off of a doubleheader.
And that's why I don't want the Padres in this game. The markets are suggesting the Padres are live now.
Yeah. Padres are 7-3 on the road versus NL outside division. Reds 3-10 this month in May so far. Yeah, that they definitely suck this month, or in general this year. Padres beat the Braves yesterday and lose to the Reds today. I could see that. Morning, gentlemen. Tatis over 2.5 hits, runs, RBIs at +110. Don't hate that. Ariz is on the Pirates. Yes, it is. Lose Ariz, yes.
Padres.
Miller's never in doubt. Cash the series future.
Yep, I cashed the series future, which basically made up for me losing the over last night.
Happy Corbin Day. And Nerfy and the Nationals money line. I kind of want to go right back after the Nationals again today, yes. Pods on a back-to-back after a doubleheader staying away. It's Reds or nothing for sure. For sure. So we on Reds. I kind of want to be. On the Reds.
I don't want the Reds, but I don't want either side in this game. Like, this is one where I want – the only thing I would ever look at is a total in this game, and it'd be an under. But I have no interest in it. We'll move on, though. Yep, San Francisco Giants traveling to Pittsburgh to take on the Pirates. Giants -130 favorites, total 8.5 in this game. Logan Webb and Martin Perez. Line opened up at a 121. It's up to a 128 for the Giants. Line opened up at a 7.5, went up to an 8. It's now up to an 8.5. I think we're starting to finally see some overs. I think we're finally going to start to see some overs, because the first 3 games we've had a market move towards the over. Which is keeping me off of unders. 94% of tickets, 96% of the cash on the over will do that. 74% of tickets, 78% of the cash on the Giants, and the line moving towards San Fran here as well. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here, where we have Logan Webb and Martin Perez. This feels like such a mismatch. Logan Webb, 2.52 ERA, 1.32 WHIP, 7.57 strikeouts per nine, which is 20%, 3.03 walks per nine, a 3.18 BABIP, but 2.89 FIP, and a 3.40 SIERA. On the flip side, Martin Perez, 7.11 ERA, 1.74 WHIP, 8.53 strikeouts per nine, which is 21%, 2.49 walks per nine, a 3.85 BABIP, a 5.76 FIP, and a 3.98 SIERA. Bullpen edge goes towards the Giants. Hitting edge goes towards the Giants. 102 WRC plus, which is 13th against lefties, compared to the Pirates, who are 29th in baseball against righties, with a 69 WRC plus. Nice. This feels like a Giants mismatch spot. The one thing that I keep questioning though is why is this line only minus 130 for them? This is a Giants team that is playing well right now. They've won 4 in a row. Granted, actually, I think this is a bad spot. Or no, they've had a day off. Never mind. I was gonna say I think this is a bad spot for the Giants because they've traveled from San Fran to Pittsburgh. But they had a day off yesterday, but still not fun traveling from the west to the east. So tricky spot here. It's Giants or nothing. I would. We also do have the Pirates returning back from a 7-game road trip where they lost 2 out of 3 against Milwaukee and won 3 out of 4 in Wrigley Field, which they could have easily swept that series against the Cubs. It's Giants or nothing for me. And I'm kind of tempted in San Fran here.
I think I'm going to jump on San Fran. Logan Webb, 20 earned runs and 59 and a third innings pitch. He's been a very, very consistent pitcher. The thing is, I don't want to lay a run line. So can I get this game cheap enough to not have to lay a run line? 128, I can. I'm going to take the San Francisco Giants here. I'm going to keep fading this Pirates team. This is, although they had a good road trip, I still don't trust this Pirates team. They've been struggling a bunch. And I want to back Logan Webb here, and we're going to do it at minus 128 against the Pirates.
This is definitely one I'm going to sit with for a little bit here, and I might move on them. I'm seeing my best available line is minus 135 over on Bet365. This should be a Giant smash spot, though. Should.
Yes. After since he had a rest day, I'm going for the Padres. Who's pitching for the Padres? That's Musgrove. Mm-hmm. Reds is my favorite play of the day. I'm this close to betting the Reds. I may end up betting the Reds. Reds terrible. They are. Giants run line. I like the Giants money line in general, so that's fine. Pirates are the best team to run line after a win. 16-5. They won 5 in a row in this situation. It's not a bad trend.
To play the run line against or the run line for?
Reds are mid after a mid team should have been able to beat them. Padres, who played 3 games in 36 hours. Yeah, exactly. Giants, big loss in their lineup, though. Leadoff hitter, yeah, he's out for the year. Webb deals, I agree. Giants smash. I do like the Giants today. I'll go ahead and put it up on the site, Nick.
Yeah, absolutely frustrating loss with this one yesterday. Let's take a look here, though. We have the Miami Marlins and the Milwaukee Brewers in this game. The Brewers minus 140 favorites, total of 8 in this spot. Let's take a look here between Gasser and Rogers. Line open up at a 125. It's up to a 137. So we do have a move towards these Brewers in this game. And then we have this line open up in an 8 down to minus 110. We have our first movement towards the under, where it's gone from 110 to 105. There we have that. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game, where we have 95% of the tickets, 93% of the cash on the over. The line moving towards the under slightly. And we have 74% of the tickets are on the Brewers, but 73% of the cash is on the Marlins in this game here. I'm going back to it in this spot, and it's right at my limit, minus 140 over on Bet365. I'm taking the Brewers.
Yeah, I got minus 137 on the Brewers. This is game number 50 of fading the Marlins every single game. And they are the least profitable team in baseball by a lot, even after this big win streak or this nice little run for them lately. They are still the least profitable team in baseball by over a unit. If you bet them every single game, according to coverage, you're down $1,300. So I'm going to continue to fade this Marlins team that has been the worst team in baseball, or the least profitable team in baseball, I should say. Brewers money line minus 137. Not going to try to fix something that's not broke.
Yo.
Logan Webb under 2.5 earned runs. I like it. Brewers, yes. Gas up, Gasser, Marlins, Nerfy, and anybody who plays a money line. I like it. Team Brew Crew, yes. Brew Crew in that one. Let's keep on rolling because we've still got a bunch of games left.
Yep. We had the Philadelphia Phillies and the Texas Rangers in this game here. The Phillies minus 170 favorites, total of 8.5 in this game. Line opened up 145. It's up to, it opened up, 145, 150. Range is up to a 170. Line opened up 7.5, up to an 8, up to an 8.5. So a big move towards the over and a move towards the Phillies. 88% of tickets, 83% of cash on the Phillies. We'll do that. And then 78% of the tickets, 79% of the cash is on the over as well. And I want to check one thing real quick with this game before we move over to the pitchers. I was going to say, finally, we have something that the Phillies haven't done since the first weekend of the season, or the first week of the season. Except for the Rangers are 24-24, so they're technically not over 500. The Phillies have still not played an over 500 team since the Atlanta Braves in the first 3 games of the year. So there's that.
That are currently over 500 now.
That are currently over 500. They may have played teams that were over 500 at the time.
The Padres were over 500 at the time, so yeah.
Yeah, but they're not now. But yeah. Taking a look at the pitching matchup here, Ranger Suarez and John Gray. Gray, 1.34 ERA, a 0.98 whip, 8.29 strikeouts per nine, which is 23%, 1.07 strikeouts per walks per nine, a 296 BABIP, but 1.63 FIP and a 3.20 SIERA. He's been awesome. And then Ranger Suarez has been a stud too. 1.09 ERA, 0.76 whip, 8.45 strikeouts per nine, which is 25%, 1.64 walks per nine, a 205 BABIP, but 2.75 FIP and a 3.03 SIERA. Bullpen edge does go towards the Phillies, so does the hitting edge. 131 WRC plus, which is second, compared to 102, which is 12th. The line moving towards the Phillies makes sense with all the tickets, all the bets are on the Phillies here in this game. This is not a game I particularly have interest in because I just think maybe the Phillies are a little expensive, but I would still only look Phillies in this game, and I would be leaning towards the under, but the line's moved up a full run, so maybe there's value on the under now in this game. But with both these pitchers pitching the way they have been lately, I would lean under, I would lean Phillies, but I'm not playing either.
All right, well, you lean Phillies. I'm taking the Philly run line. I'm going to continue to fade this Texas Rangers team. That's overvalued. And when it comes to it, and you mentioned, we keep mentioning every day, but there's certain teams that we like to fade because I feel like there's value doing it.
Yes.
In all reality, if the Texas Rangers don't win the World Series last year, what is this line? 190?
200.
Like something like that. Yeah, exactly.
If the Rangers aren't the defending champs, this is probably a cash cow spot.
Yeah. I still think it kind of is, but I know even though the line's not moving to them as much. Ranger Suarez has been
towards the Phillies. It's just not expensive enough for it to be a cash cow spot yet. It needs to be in the 180s, I think.
And I know we mentioned Shogai and Amagana. At some point, we need to mention Ranger Suarez. Oh, you know what? This makes it even easier. The Phillies are 9-0 when he pitches this year. Oh, and 9-0 on the run line. They don't lose his starts. How about 9 earned runs, 35 hits, and 59 innings pitched?
He's been
Ranger
awesome.
Suarez should be in the conversation for Cy Young Award already. And I think he kind of is already, but I'm back in Ranger Suarez here and the Philadelphia Phillies. They're already 20 games over 500. They're winning the games that they're supposed to. I know we could still say, they're playing bad opponents. Yeah, they are playing bad opponents. They're winning those games. So give me the Phillies run line here. Oh, and by the way, Nick, I figure I mentioned this because it's a little bit interesting. The American Conference Tournament is in Clearwater, and they're playing in the spring training facility of the Philadelphia Phillies. Figure I mentioned that. I thought that was cool. By the way, still 4-0 Wichita. So I have it up on my side monitor. Are the Phillies ever going to lose? No, unfortunately not. But I have the Phillies to win the division, so I'm kind of liking that ticket right now. Phillies can become a cash cow. I don't think it was quite enough to make them a cash cow, right? There was something that wasn't there, right?
Once they hit 180, I think they would be.
Okay, there you go. Once they hit 180, they could be a cash cow. Not quite there yet. If John Gray isn't accurate, he gets lit. Yep. John Gray gives up dingers for Tuesday. Yep. Hitter parlay Bellinger, Rafael Devers, and adding Scott. Any other ideas? If you're not adding Gunnar Henderson on your stuff, I don't know what you're doing. 4 straight games with a home run.
Yeah, and we lost with him yesterday, but I think today was the day I had more circled than yesterday was. Lindor against Carrasco.
Oh, please stop, because that's all we hear. That's all I heard on Twitter about is freaking your Lindor prop. Not all the other games, just Lindor. Bohm home run, sure. Philly no bat 9th inning, fine. Phillies run line, yes. Devers keeps the home run streak going for 7. Let's get it. I can see it. Phillies, Giants, Brewers, moneyline parlay. I like it. Rangers lead the way. Phillies first 5 and full game, yes. Ranger lead the way, yes. I got you. Gunnar Henderson has a home run in 4 straight, and he's facing Lance Lynn, who gives up more hits/runs to lefties. There you go. This is another game that I like, Nick.
Yeah, this card is just, and I don't know if it's just because I had a bad day yesterday, and I'm like trying, I'm just not firing away like I usually do. This card, I haven't seen much appeal to it yet. Maybe there's a couple spots I can add, but let's get into it here. Joe Ryan and Patrick Corbin. Good old Patrick Corbin here. Line opened up at a 180. It's down to a 176. So we do have a move towards Washington in this game. Line opened up in an 8, got up to an 8.5, back down to an 8, back up to an 8.5. So we do have a move towards the over, and we have a move towards the Washington Nationals, expecting Joe Ryan to get hit a little bit here. 84% of the tickets, 76% of the cash is on the over. That makes sense there. 26% of the tickets, 66% of the cash on the Washington Nationals in this spot as well, with the line moving towards the Natties there. The Natties coming in off of, I believe, a 12-3 win yesterday over these Minnesota Twins, who are struggling mightily now. After their nice little win streak, now the Minnesota Twins have lost 7 games in a row, and 8 of their last 9. So this is a team that's been absolutely struggling since their nice little winning thing there. They do have a nice matchup today though with Patrick Corbin pitching on the opposite side. Joe Ryan, 4.04 ERA, 1.07 WHIP, 8.58 strikeouts per nine, which is 24%, 1.26 walks per nine, a 286 BABIP, a 3.45 FIP, and a 3.32 SIERA. On the flip side, Patrick Corbin, 3.46 ERA, 1.54 WHIP, 4.85 strikeouts per nine, which is 12%, 3.46 walks per nine, a 326 BABIP, a 3.69 FIP, and a 5.07 SIERA. Bullpen edge goes towards the Twins. Hitting edge goes towards the Twins. 110 WRC plus, which is 9th against lefties, compared to 88 WRC plus, which is 19th against righties. The market suggesting Nationals, the X's and O's suggest Twins. It's going to cancel out for me. This is another pass. This card, I just, maybe I add the Giants and the Phillies for the 6 o'clock action, but this card sucks.
I like Washington here. I'm going to continue to back. I'm going to continue to fade this Minnesota team. I've been fading Minnesota for a little while now, and they've been quite nice to me. In terms of fading them, so that's been a lot of fun. Washington's plus 161, and as you mentioned, this Twins team has lost 7 straight games. Got swept by the Yankees, got swept by the Guardians, and now they have to face a Nationals team that's scrappy. So I'm going to continue to fade this Minnesota team. Give me Washington. I can get plus 161 on a good old Patrick Corbin day, Nick.
It's definitely tempting, especially a big price with a team that's lost 7 games in a row. But it's not a game I'll get involved with. I will add the Giants though. So I'm going to add the Giants.
Twins are cold. Yes, the Twins are cold. Twins minus 1.5, almost cash cow. No, it is not.
Line's not moving towards them.
No, it is not. Minus 176. But cash cow has to be when the line moves towards your team.
Yes.
It is not moving towards the Twins. Dinger Tuesday, so I'm sprinkling Polar Bear, Gunner, and CJ. Let's do it. Won't pay that for Twins. Don't blame you. I'm on the opposite side. Bounce back games are for good teams. Twins are mid at best. I agree. Nats plus 1.5 is even money. It's still kind of funny. I'm just gonna take the Nationals outright. So we'll run with that. Shall we keep going, Nick?
I guess. We have the Boston Red Sox. By the way, I got the Giants minus 135 over on Bet365. So
cool.
Added that there. Let's get into the next matchup here. The Tampa Bay Rays and the Boston Red Sox. Rays minus 135 favorites, total of 8 in this game here. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot between Zach Littell and Cooper Criswell. Line opened up at a 130. It's up to a 134. Line opened up at an 8. It's up to an 8.5. So we have a line move towards the over. We have a line move towards the Rays. Criswell, 2.49 ERA, 1.03 whip, 8.53 strikeouts per nine, which is 24%. We have, let me see there. We got 2.13 walks per nine, a 242 BABIP, but 4.22 FIP, and a 3.43 Sierra. On the flip side, Zach Littell, 4.46 ERA, 1.31 whip, 8.65 strikeouts per nine, which is 22%. 0.79 walks per nine, a 358 BABIP, a 3.14 FIP, and a 3.39 Sierra. Bullpen edge going towards the Rays. Hitting edge goes towards the Red Sox. 106 WRC plus, which is 11th, compared to 95, which is 17th. If you're wondering, it feels like these two pitchers just faced each other. That's because on May 16th they did. It was a 7-5 victory for the Tampa Bay Rays, where Littell went 5 innings, gave up 4 earned runs on 7 hits. And on the flip side, Criswell gave up 3 earned runs on 4 hits. 5 runs, but only 3 of them earned. Neither pitchers had good games the last time these two teams saw each other. I don't know whether or not to expect better from them or not. For me, I would lean Rays if I had to bet anything. It's just a lean at the moment, though.
I'm always going to be leaning Red Sox. This is just a Red Sox team I'm high on, and I want to. I mean, they're about where I expected them to be, which actually they're a half game back for second place or for third place in the division behind the Tampa Bay Rays team. They are ahead of the last place Toronto Blue Jays, which is beautiful to say. But this is a Red Sox team that I think has solid enough pitching in order to get the job done. 9 earned runs in 29 innings is not bad. Not to mention Criswell. The Red Sox are 5-2 in games that he pitched. And coming off a bad start, I think he has a bounce back start against the same Tampa Bay Rays team. So I'm up for the Red Sox here. It's a little bit of plus money.
Good luck.
You too. Any WNBA Mercury spread? Yes. And the over, sure. Mystics under, it leans Sparks. I like the Dream over, and I like the Mercury spread. So there you go. This game's a pass. Rays in the over. I have no real interest in. I like the Red Sox today. So let's go to this one, Nick, and we get one of our favorite pitchers.
Yeah, we have the New York Yankees and the Seattle Mariners. One of our favorite pitchers to say. I don't know about bet on. I mean, I've bet on him before, but we have this line opened up at a 147. It's up to a 155. So we have a move towards these Yankees. And we have this line opening up at an 8 minus 110. It's down to an 8 at even money. So we have a move towards the under. We have a move towards the Yankees in the spot, expecting a good performance here from Clark Schmidt. We have 87% of tickets and 98% of cashes on the Yankees with the line moving towards them. And then we have this line, we have 91% of tickets and 88% of cash on the over with the line moving towards the under in this spot here. Taking a look at the pitching matchup here, we have Brian who has a 0.93 ERA, 0.63 whip, or 62 whip. I think he's only pitched one game, though. Let me make sure before I start reading off all of his numbers that he has pitched more than just one game. I think he's pitched twice. And he's faced the powerhouses of the Oakland A's and, okay, they're a little bit better, the Kansas City Royals. Yeah. 7.45 strikeouts per nine, which is 23%, 1.86 walks per nine, a 160 BABIP, a 208 FIP, and a 3.75 SIERA. We have Clark Schmidt with a 2 ERA, 0.92 WHIP, 9.75 strikeouts per nine, which is 28%, 1.75 walks per nine, a 256 BABIP, a 3.39 FIP, and a 3.05 SIERA. Bullpen edge is slightly towards the Yankees. Hitting edge is big-time Yankees. 141 WRC plus, which is number one in baseball versus righties, compared to 97, which is 16th. For me, this is Yankees or nothing. But once again, I don't like being on a side as public as the Yankees are right now, and it'd be a lean towards the under. I have way too many favorites I like today, because if I had to look, I'm on the Giants and the Brewers. I would look Phillies, I would look Rays, I would look Yankees. So I see a lot of favorites today. Not betting many of them, but it'd be a lean towards the Yankees for me and a lean towards the under. But once again, not anything I'm playing.
I want to continue to back Woo, who has been really solid in his 2 starts so far this year. And they've been actually recent. They're not. He started 1, got hurt, got 1 earned run, 4 hits, and 9 2/3 innings. I think he has another solid appearance here. And I know I'm not a big fan of Clark Schmidt, although he's had a solid year, 14 earned runs and 50 innings pitched. But I like Woo here, and I like getting a little bit of plus money with the Seattle Mariners in this game. So I'm going to go Seattle in this one. I like a little bit more dogs today, Nick. I know you're more favorites. I do like a couple of dogs today. So sign me up for Spencer Woo and the Seattle Mariners today. Or not Spencer. Brian Woo. Brian Woo. Spencer Woo. I don't know. Brian Woo. Woo is such a he has such a small sample size. Going to swell the Nerfy because of Clark. Yankee run line, team total over. Schmidt pitched 104 pitches in his last game, fade his innings. Home run from Juan Soto, who is right now, I think, the leader in MVP votes for the AL at the moment. Woo is solid. Yes, Woo is solid. This game I'm staying away from.
I got burned on this game yesterday. Let's get into it today. We have Garrett Crochet and Yusei Kikuchi. Line open up at a 164. It's up to a 177. Line open up at a 7.5. It's down to a 7. So a move towards the under and a move towards the Blue Jays here, expecting Kikuchi to pitch well today. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this spot here, where we have 91% of tickets, 85% of cash on the over, but the line moving towards the under. 95% of tickets, 90% of tickets, 95% of cash on the Blue Jays, with the line moving towards it. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup here. We have Kikuchi and Crochet. Crochet, 4.66 ERA, 1.14 WHIP, 12.1 strikeouts per nine, which is 33%, 2.48 walks per nine, a 288 BABIP, a 4.05 FIP, and a 2.70 SIERA. On the flip side, Kikuchi, 2.97 ERA, 1.05 WHIP, 7.71 strikeouts per nine, which is 21%, 0.59 walks per nine, a 300 BABIP, a 2.88 FIP, and a 3.42 SIERA. Bullpen edge goes towards the White Sox slightly, and the hitting edge does go towards the Blue Jays, 82 WRC plus, which is 21st, compared to 69 nice WRC plus, which is 27th against lefties for these White Sox. We saw a little bit of offense yesterday in yesterday's game. I think we see the opposite today. I'm looking for pitching in this spot. I'm looking for an under in this game, and I think this is one I'm actually going to move on. I can get a 3.5 at -110. I'm going to grab this first 5 under 3.5 at Bet365 -110.
I'm going back to not betting Blue Jay games anymore. I remember why I stopped betting them yesterday. I had the White Sox yesterday that completely failed utterly. So Blue Jay games, unless Manoah is pitching or they're against the Orioles, I'm done betting this game. I'm betting that team.
And even with Manoah, I think Manoah's not a complete fade anymore.
Are they actually a cash cow today, Nick?
No, not yet. They're in the 170s. If they got to the 180s, maybe.
Blue Jays bats seem to be waking up, unfortunately. This one should be interesting, Nick. And we've got one of the pitchers on the Cubbies that we like to back.
Yeah, we have the Cubs and the Braves. Immediately, this was one that I had thought about, and this is very similar to the Padres and the Padres and Reds game because we have the Atlanta Braves coming in off of a doubleheader yesterday. Let's take a look at the pitching match or the line history in this one here, where they're expecting heavy wins because this total is an 11 over at Wrigley. Line opened up at a 127, it's down to a 118, so we've moved towards the Cubs in this game. Line opened up at a 10.5, it's up to an 11 in this spot. So we even moved towards the over, and we even moved towards towards the Cubs in this game. 64% of the tickets, 64% of the cash on the under, with the line going from a 10.5 to 11. So we have a game where I'm going to check the weather. I'm assuming wind blowing out. 24% of the tickets and 52% of the cash is on the Cubs in this game here. I have a feeling this is going to be. I may not love this card, but I love this game. Holy crap. 25-mile-an-hour winds blowing out. This game is not only going over, this is probably going to be the highest scoring game of the day, and I would look for alternative overs. I think this game soars over the total. I will be betting the over. I will be betting the Chicago Cubs, and I'll probably be betting the Chicago Cubs team total over. Let's get into it here. Charlie Morton. 2.48 ERA, 1.03 whip, 8.07 strikeouts per nine, which is 23%, 2.79 walks per nine, a 2.43 BABIP, a 3.91 FIP, and a 3.70 Sierra. Javier Assad has been decent, but his number suggests he's going to regress a little bit. 1.14 ERA, 1.07 whip, 6.82 strikeouts per nine, which is 18%, 2.84 walks per nine, a 2.50 BABIP, a 2.55 FIP, and a 4.29 Sierra. Hitting edge bullpen edge goes towards the Cubbies. Hitting edge goes towards the Cubbies. 94 WRC plus, which is 18th, compared to 78, which is 28th. This is kind of like a market play for me in this game more than anything. But I'm going to be backing both the Cubbies and the over because there's also one more thing I wanted to look at. I'm trying to remember what's the RotoWire. For bullpen usage. So I'm gonna do a deeper dive into that when Tim's breaking down this game. But I'm going to see how many pitchers the Braves used yesterday. For that.
All right, here's the deal, Nick.
Doubleheader.
Yes, we're gonna be on both those plays. I like the over with you, and I like the Cubbies. We're going to be adding the Reds as well, and here's why. If we're going to be fading the Braves after they played a doubleheader yesterday and 3 games in the last 36 hours, including a Sunday night baseball game, we're going to do it with the Padres as well. And I just want to take both. I want to fade both those teams because both those bullpens have to be dead. Both those teams have to be dead, and these are bad spots for both sides. So we're taking the Cubbies here. I'm also going to be adding the Reds as well. I'm going to be betting them now.
Yeah. And it looks like for the bullpens here, the pitchers that will most likely be available. I mean, the Braves bullpen is not as dead as we think it is because I think they got a decent performance out of that definitely helps. They won 3-0 last night. Chris Sale, they let him go 7 innings. So that's actually huge because I was looking at that because they'll have Jesse Chavez available. They'll have Dylan Lee available. They'll have Aaron Bummer available, who did not pitch at all yesterday. And A.J. Minter only threw 12 pitches. Hernandez only threw 13. Iglesias only threw 13. They won't have Joe Jimenez and Pierce Johnson, who threw 26 and 20. They won't be available, but basically everyone else will. On the flip side for that Padres spot, they will not have Logan Gillespie, who threw 40 pitches yesterday. Johnny Brito threw 22. De Los Santos threw 19. Estrada threw 16. Peralta threw 15. Everybody else threw 7 or fewer. Suarez threw 7. Matsui, Morgeron, and Kolak are all available for today as well. So the Braves bullpen not as dead as I thought it would be. So I think this is just going to be pretty plain and simple for me. I'm going to bet the Cubs in the over. Cubs money line in the over. I'm getting plus 106 on FanDuel. I'm getting over 10. Nope, over 11. Not 10. Over 11 minus 110 also on FanDuel.
There you go. Back here. Also, like the first half under 3.5 plus 104 last night. There you go. I like the Nerfy in Toronto, but it's juiced too high. Atlanta bullpen tax, Dinger Tuesday, Braves online no, Bellinger and Olsen home runs I could see.
I would definitely look for home runs in that Braves game. Yeah.
All right, definitely look for home runs. Both team total overs, I could see both team total overs.
Yeah.
Cubs team total over 5.5, yes. Azunia, yes. Fine. Do the Braves hit right-handed pitching, Nick?
No. But this is a different situation where it's just the wind where I'm targeting there.
There you go. Let's head to one of my favorite teams, Nick.
Yeah. By the way, Cubs money line plus 106, full game over 11 minus 110. We have the Detroit Tigers and the Kansas City Royals. A frustrating game in this one yesterday. Another one of my losers. The pick'em total of 9 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here between Marsh and Mize. We had this line opening up at a 120. It's down to a 108. So we've had to move towards the Tigers in this game here. Line opened up at a 9 at minus 105. It's now a 9 at minus 108. They get up to a 9.5 at one point as well. And then let's take a look at the cash flow in this spot here, where we have 75% of the tickets, 67% of the cash is on the over in this one. And we have 66% of the tickets, 81% of the cash on the Royals, with this line moving towards the Tigers. Slightly towards the Tigers. Casey Mize, it's been okay lately. 3.18 ERA, 1.20 whip, 6.35 strikeouts per nine, which is 17%, 2.22 walks per nine, a 273 BABIP, a 3.82 FIP, and a 4.04 Sierra. Marsh with a 0.89 ERA, 1.03 whip, 9.3 strikeouts per nine, which is 26%, 3.1 walks per nine, a 235 BABIP, a 3.51 FIP, and a 3.64 Sierra. Bullpen edge goes towards Mize and the Tigers, and the hitting edge goes towards the Tigers as well. 112 WRC plus, which is 8th, compared to 90, which is 22nd. I'm looking at Tigers a little bit in this game. It's Tigers or nothing for me in this spot. I know you're on the opposite side because you love this Royals team, but for me, it just looks like a Tiger spot. And I can get a minus 108 on FanDuel. That would be my lean in this game. I don't think I'm betting it, though.
I think the Tigers are a little bit overvalued in this game because it's Scooby Snacks pitching today. I lean Kansas City.
You call Casey Mize Scooby Snacks?
Sorry. Is it Casey Mize?
It's Casey
Yes,
Mize.
I read it quick. My bad. Scooby Snacks pitched yesterday, didn't he? No? Maybe not. I don't know.
No.
Casey Mize is also a big name that they always liked. And that's a bomb. All right, 6-1 Wichita State. I like the Kansas City Royals in this game. Also, 6-1 when Alec Marsh pitched. They finally lost his first start all year last game against Seattle, 4-2. But I think this is a good bounce back spot for Marsh, which Marsh had a good game in that one. So it's not Marsh's fault. He only allowed 1 earned run and 5 hits in 5 innings. Marsh has been really solid. 10 earned runs in 37 innings for the Royals this year. Give me Kansas City for me.
Fair.
The Braves like 20-ish 3 over to the over. Recently made you wonder how high the totals would be if they weren't on underruns. Yes, they're on a big underrun right now. Correct. Tigers and Twins are unbettable. Nick, what game are you doing? We were just talking the Royals game. Royals, yes. Royals 5+ runs in 4 straight games. Team 5-1 team total over. last 6. Marsh is a stud. I like it. Royals cover -1.5 last 4 games. Dude, the Royals have been awesome all year. They're 11 games over 500. If it wasn't for the Guardians being 14 games over 500, they would be first place in their division. Instead, they're the wild card 1 right now. Wild card 2 right now, because Baltimore's the wild card 1. Speaking of Baltimore, I have to go make my post.
Yeah, and one thing I heard watching a podcast yesterday that kind of caught my attention. It's crazy how we're going from just 2 years ago. They had Zach Greinke going, I think 2-16, or 2-15. Last year, Jordan Lyles went 6-17, and now they have the leader in wins. The Kansas City Royals. Seth Lugo 7-1. So I just think it's kind of crazy, just the transformation of this Kansas City Royals team, which we were both high on heading into the year, and I haven't made nearly enough money on them this year. But just it's just but it is what it is. We had the St. Louis Cardinals and the Baltimore Orioles. Now, this seems like a more realistic price. Yesterday, the books gave it away. They gave it away. The Cardinals were winning that game. When they made them a -125 favorite, the Cardinals were winning that game. My only regrets was not doubling down on them. I had them first 5. Now, this makes a little bit more sense. We have Kyle Bradish and Lance Lynn, your pitching matchup here, right? Lance Lynn? Am I reading?
Yes.
Okay, I have someone different on my spreadsheet, I believe. Nope, I have Lance Lynn. Nope, we're good. Let's take a look at the line history here. It opened up at a -110. It's up to a 147, so a massive line movement towards the Baltimore Orioles. We have this line opening up at an 8.5. It's up to a 9. So projecting that Lance Lynn gets smacked around. 87% of the tickets and 87% of the cash is on the over. 69% of the tickets, nice, and 71% of the cash is on the Orioles, with the line moving towards the Orioles and the line moving towards the over. So everything checks out there for the lines moving the way they are. Kyle Bradish, a 2.63 ERA, 1.32 whip, 11.2 strikeouts per 9, which is 28%, 3.95 walks per 9, a 3.33 BABIP, a 2.38 FIP, and a 3.35 SIERA. On the flip side, Lance Lynn, 5.84 ERA, 1.70 whip, 8.76 strikeouts per 9, which is 21%, 4.74 walks per 9, a 3.70 BABIP, a 4.05 FIP, and a 4.48 SIERA. Bullpen edge goes towards the Orioles. Hitting edge goes towards the Cardinals. The Cardinals have been hitting righties a little bit as of late. 118 WRC plus, which is 6th in baseball. The Orioles 80 WRC plus, which is 27th, my bad, in baseball. Last 30 days. I would lean towards an over in this game if I had to bet anything. But this is another game where it just does not appeal to me. It just doesn't. And I would lean with, I think the over is the only thing I would really lean with here. The Orioles should get to Lance Lynn. That maybe this could be the team, because the Orioles are 27th in baseball against righties the last 30 days. Maybe this is a team where they snap their slump. But
I think they snapped it last time they faced a righty.
Yeah, and it takes more than one game
against. They had a big game against Kirby. Who do you call it? Yeah, Kirby.
And then they get shut down against Kenny Gray. So maybe that game against Kirby was a fluke. I don't know. I do expect them to turn around. I prefer the Baltimore Orioles against lefties, because they smack lefties. So that'd be the only time I really look to back Baltimore is against lefties, but it's a no play for me.
Oh, day number 46. Back in the Baltimore Orioles every single day. The link's right here to my Twitter page. It took a little bit of a hit yesterday, but still 29-16, up 5.4 on the money line, and 23-22, up 11.05 on the run line. Continuing to back the Baltimore Orioles every single day, and I'm making money doing it. Now, according to covers, the Baltimore Orioles are the 7th most profitable team in baseball. The current most profitable team in baseball, Nick? What do you think?
Yankees.
Yankees are number 2.
It
is the Guardians.
Huh.
Guardians, Yankees, Phillies, Royals, Nationals, Milwaukee, Baltimore, Cubbies. That's your top 8. But I like it. Royals are 11-2. The last 13 as a favorite. I like it. Reagan's turned this team around. Reagan's has been great. Orioles first 5, yes. Orioles, yes. Orioles, yes. Orioles, yes. This game's going to get postponed. I hope not. Big storm rolling into Kansas, so both Kansas games might be no-shows. That sucks. Orioles team total over. Yes. Been a while. I've been with you on the Orioles almost every single game. I've just been riding them. Yeah, they've been great to me the last 2 years, two plus years now. Wow, 8-1 Wichita. Anyway, but Baltimore been really helping me out. 3 games left, Nick.
Yeah, I'm trying to find with the weather, because on covers it tells me that it's basically less than 10% of precipitation. Rain. Yeah, there you go. That's the word. I can't speak. For it until 11 o'clock. I'm seeing no chance of rain until around 11 o'clock. Then it goes up to a 55% chance. So I think this game, I think that Orioles game does play. Let's get into it here. The Houston Astros and the LA Angels. What a frustrating game this was yesterday. Line opened up at a 210. It's down to a 187 now. So we do have a big move towards these LA Angels. Line opened up at an 8.5 minus 110. It's now an 8.5 minus 123. So we'll move towards the over here as well. 90% of the tickets, 94% of the cash is on the over in this game. And then we have 85% of tickets and 63% of the cash is on the Astros in this spot as well. We have Griffin Canning and Christian Javier. I can see why the markets don't like the Astros as much in this game because Javier's really struggled. Griffin Canning's been, 3.27 ERA, 1.15 whip, 6 strikeouts per 9, which is 16%, 3.82 walks per 9, a 229 BABIP, but a 402 FIP, and a 5.10 SIERA suggests that we should see Griffin Canning get hit. On the flip side, Christian Javier, 8.59 strikeouts per 9, which is 8.59 ERA. I'm not used to rating an ERA that high. 1.64 whip. I don't think he's pitched much, though. I think he's pitched once since he came back and got lit up, if I remember right. Or he may have pitched twice, and he got lit up the first time, and his numbers are skewed. He's pitched twice in the last 30 days. He gave up 7 earned runs against the Tigers, and then he shut down the Oakland A's. So there's that. Bullpen edge, as shocking as it is from what we saw last night, goes towards the Astros, and the hitting edge does go towards the Astros as well. Astros 116 WRC plus, which is 7th, compared to 100, which is 14th for the Angels. I'm leaning over the total in this game. That'd be basically the only way I would look at this spot would be over. Little public. I know I'm very indecisive. I have 5 plays on today's baseball card, and I don't know how much more I'm going to have. I'm seeing 8.5 at minus 118 to lean towards the over here for me, the spot.
Sorry, something froze for a minute.
Your turn.
No, sorry. Yeah, my computer froze for a minute. You're good. I'm staying off this game. I know, you're good. I'm going to stay off this game. It's not really this is an Astros team that, I mean, they've now lost 2 out of 3 after having a nice little win streak against bad teams. Angels are not a team I want to trust right now, although they've been playing better as of late. They've won 4 out of their last 5, including taking 2 out of 3 earlier to the Texas Rangers. They've actually been playing games under 500 and suck, but you're playing better. I don't have another play the rest of the card.
Fair.
How profitable how are the Dodgers not
because they're always chalked to shit.
Because they're always one of the like most expensive teams. According to Cubs, Dodgers are right below the Cubbies. 33 and 17, you're up 2.31.
So yeah, there's 17 games over 500. You're only up two-ish units.
Correct.
That just tells me they lose. They're huge favorites, and they lose as huge favorites sometimes too.
Just hire your GM, Buck Schulter, as your manager, and you'll set your franchise back for years. Disgruntled Tigers fan, disgruntled Mets fan. Go Cubs, go! I'm going for the. Sounds good. Angels have been okay without Trout. They have. Astros are 7-1 of the under in the under 8 in second game of home series. Interesting. Are you running the AC over there in Carolina already? Went from cold to hot here in Michigan. No, I don't really run it all that often. It's expensive. Price is way too high. Price is way too juice. Riding with the Astros future into the sunset. Won't need to bet them as long as I going forward. As long as I have a ticket out there. There you go. Line moving towards the Astros. No, it's not. We got 2 games left, Nick, and this one's got to be the best game of the day.
Oh, this is the marquee matchup of the day. This is the one that everybody wants to watch. We have the Oakland A's and the Colorado Rockies. We have Brooks and Cal Quantrill in this matchup too. This line opened up with the A's around -110. It's now -132 for the A's, who have lost how many straight games? And this line opened up at a 7.5 -120. We have 80% of the tickets are on the Oakland A's. 56% of the cash is on the Rockies. So we have the public all over the A's in this spot here. Only 3,099 tickets, though, to discuss there. 79% of the tickets and 75% of the cash is on the over in this game as well, with this line really not moving. We have Aaron Brooks and Cal Quantrill. Quantrill, 2.35 ERA, 1.17 whip, 7.34 strikeouts per nine, which is 20%, 3.82 walks per nine, a 247 BABIP, a 4.22 FIP, and a 4.23 SIERA. On the flip side, Aaron Brooks, 3.86 ERA, 1.14 whip, 6.43 strikeouts per nine, which is 18%, 1.29 walks per nine, a 3.18 BABIP, a 2.12 FIP, and a 4.07 SIERA. Bullpen edge does go towards the Colorado Rockies here. Hitting edge goes towards the Oakland A's, 118 WRC plus, which is 5th, compared to 81, which is 26th. I lean A's in this game probably, but a little too public there. But it's a toss-up. I think Brooks has a slight pitching advantage. The bullpen edge towards Colorado. Not a game I'm getting involved with. Maybe if the A's weren't this big of a favorite, I would be a little bit more interested in them, because you're either laying -130 or have to lay a -1 line with the A's. I'm good. Maybe an under in this game. Maybe a lean towards the under.
Yeah, not anything I need to get involved in. You've got a Oakland team that is garbage. You got an Oakland team who has lost 8 games in a row, and then a Colorado team that is 6-19 on the road. Yeah, no, this is nothing I need to get involved in. Press the 1-800-GAMBLER button to move on. Angels plus 171. Why not? Over. Rockies playing good ball. They've won 7 out of 10. They're looking better. Rocky money line. This whole thing kind of makes me want to bet the A's, but I'm not a sicko. I am a sicko, but that's not the play. Rockies are the play. No idea why the price is that way. Exactly. A's lost 8 in a row, and now they're favorites. God damn it. Why do I want to bet the Oakland Athletics?
I don't know, and I'm personally not going to.
Okay. I'm going to stay off this game, but I'm this close to betting the Oakland Athletics.
And that is fair. But we'll head to the final game of the day, which I will be involved with. And you guys know where I will be on this game. Let's get into it. Where we have the LA Dodgers taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks. We have the Dodgers minus 150 favorites in this game with a total of 8.5. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here where we have Brandon Pfaadt and Gavin Stone. Line opened up at a 175. It's down to a 152. So we've had a good movement towards the Arizona Diamondbacks. Line opened up at a 9.5, went down to a 9, and it's now an 8.5. Taking a look at the cash flow, 92% of the tickets, 97% of the cash is on the Dodgers, with the line moving towards the Diamondbacks. And 89% of the tickets, 72% of the cash is on the over, with the line moving towards the under in this game as well. I was lucky last night. I did have the Diamondbacks, but I went in and I got Diamondbacks plus 3.5 later in the game, and then they could have put up a couple runs later in the game there to cover the 3.5 to get my money back a little bit there. I will be on the Arizona Diamondbacks. I got them plus 140 here on Fanatics.
Once again, I just choose not to bet. Dodger games. Yes, they're overvalued, but I'm not in the business of trying to fade them every day like you are. So I'm gonna just end the card with another pass and just move on. We have a nice size card for today for the site, so I'm happy with it.
Fair.
A couple more comments, and then we'll be good to go. Probably stay away if books are back. I'm pricing that way. Correct. Over. D-backs in the over. Going to stay away from the Dodgers game. Pfaadt is solid. Freeman has an over 500 average on him, though, and Ohtani hasn't seen him yet. There you go. Nerfy for the Orioles and the money line. Yes. Who are you using the up to promo on?
Cubbies.
Don't hate it. Best baseball slate of the season.
And usually I like to save the up to promo for a road team, but with the variance that we can expect in Chicago today, with it being an 11, I have no problem taking a home team.
There you go. That is all the games for today. Before we head on out, we'll do some quick housekeeping, recap, and all that stuff. If you guys are new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. We appreciate all the support. Check out all links in the description below. YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. All of those are linked down below. We've also got BetStamp that's in the description as well. Nick, do you want to explain that one real quick?
Yeah, and I will copy the link for that, and I will post it into the chat here. If you guys are looking to find more books or wonder which books are available in your area, we will in the chat below, there's the link for it where you can sign up, where you can find out which books are in your area when you click this link, and it'll tell you all the bonuses you can get from the book. It also includes daily fantasy as well. If you guys are looking for player props and things along those lines, it'll show you which DFS or fantasy sports books are in your area as well, whether it be Prize Picks or Boom or Better Sports, or there was a couple others that I signed, Underdog Fantasy as well. Things along those lines. If you're looking for DFS as well, those will be available in that as well. And every single time you sign up for those books, ESB gets a kickback as well. So if you want to sign up for books and also help out Earle Sports Bets as well, you can do that in the link in the description below. Also, Tim, I think we'll debut it tomorrow. We have a new sponsor on the channel as well, where we will be talking about that tomorrow a little bit. But yeah, just got a new sponsor for ESP. I will get up all the different things that we need to that I need to talk about with that as well, which we'll be promoting as well. But we got a new promotion here on ESP that we will start with tomorrow.
Right on, there we go. But that recap time. For me, Pacers plus the points, the over in the Mets game, the Cincinnati Reds, San Francisco Giants, Milwaukee Brewers, Philadelphia Phillies. Some of those are run lines if the lines got too expensive. I like the Mariners, the Cubbies in the over. I like the Royals, Orioles as always. And I was this close to betting the Oakland Athletics. Nick?
Yeah, not a huge card for me. In the NBA, I'm on the Boston Celtics team total over 115.5 minus 120, and the full game over 221.5 minus 110. And then for the MLB, very limited action for me today. Milwaukee Brewers money line minus 140, Giants money line minus 135, bet 365 on both of those. Chicago White Sox, Toronto Blue Jays, first 5 under 3.5 minus 110, bet 365. Chicago Cubs money line plus 106, full game over 11 minus 110, both on FanDuel, and then closing out the card with the Arizona Diamondbacks plus 140 over on Fanatics.
Right on. Bunch more chats. Hold on. Maybe O's team total over. Maybe yes. All right. Jesse says check out his steak pick on Twitter.
I already did. I responded back smash.
I need Jesse Shule.
He sent pictures of his meat to you.
Oh, did he now? That's so messed up. Anyways, am I actually not? How am I not? Ooh, that looks good. Nice. So lunch at Jesse's house. Got it.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Of course. On Twitter. Yeah, I got you. There's the bet stamp. So if you guys are interested in that, I'm looking at Corbin Day for my up 2 promo.
That's not a bad look either.
I still like Nick's. I still think Nick looks like Chef Kuso. No clue who that is. YouTube Brad. Minnesota has none of the books I'm using. Well, Minnesota's trash.
Yeah.
Minnesota has Underdog.
There you go. Sign up for Underdog Fantasy and we get a kickback. I think they have a deposit match too.
Still waiting for ESPN to give ESB a call for their betting segment. No, thank you.
They'll never do that. That'll never happen.
That's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. We'll be back tomorrow with another one. Peace out, guys.